Hi everybody. Thanks for joining me on this Monday. If you are on with me, tell me hi. Let me know you're watching. Let me get logged in here. I was looking for something right before I started and I ran out of time, so I can't give you all the details yet, I don't think. Okay. Hi Madeline, thanks for watching. What I was looking for is I used this embossing folder, Glass and Gardens, and I believe it's coming out May 6th. I can't find it. That's what I was looking for. I feel like I just got this, and they're smaller embossing folders, so we are using those today. But yeah, I was looking for them real quick. Anyway, that's what I was doing. What I am bringing you today is we are doing some fun stuff with Paper Pumpkin. I really liked this month's kit. I liked how bright it was and things like that. So I've made a bunch of projects using that, and we're going to put them together today. So first, let me give you the rundown on what's going on. I have several kits going on right now. One of them is using the Trusty Tools. Hi Judy, thanks for watching. One of them's with the Trusty Tools, and this is one of the kits. You're going to get 8 cards with the envelopes. You can purchase the stamp set or the dies separate. This does not come in a bundle, so they would be separate. I don't know why Stampin' Up! Split them up, but they used to be in a bundle. But anyway, you can add that on, or if you have something similar, then you can use that in place of the stamp set. It's $45. You're going to get $20 in product back. It's got the fun, you're getting some twine with it. You're getting some of this black botanical texture paper. This worked really good. So if you don't think that the flower paper was for you, that's black and white, then I'm going to show you how you can use that for man cards as well. And next week, I'm going on vacation next Monday. So, well, actually, I'm leaving on Friday. So next Monday, I've already recorded all the videos for you guys, and we are using the botanical texture black and white paper. I'm doing all techniques next week. I've recorded them, and they're going to be posted on YouTube, but I'm trying to get the video uploaded to Facebook to do a live, semi-live. It was live, but it'll be posted to you guys on Monday at the normal time, so you guys can still watch. But I'm going to show you how to use that botanical texture with techniques next week, so don't miss that, just because I won't be here. Let me see. I'm trying to find my stamp set here. There we go. And also, I have a kit out using the Sweet Blooms and the Pretty Florals. This will be available May 6th as well. I love this set. I showed you guys the flowers that it makes. Here's a sneak at one of the cards. This is not one that's in the kit because those are all fun folds that you're going to be getting. But these flowers are so fun. And they have these pretty little overlays like this. Or you could do this and stack them up here. And then put a leaf with it. You could, there's tons and tons of leaves in here. Big ones. You got the stands for the little flowers. The dies also cut out the designer paper. This is such a fun set. I think you guys are going to love that. So anyway, I made a card kit using this, and you're going to get all fun folds. This is a gift card holder that slides and opens up. You got this one, and you're also getting a bonus card. It will either be, yeah, it will be this one. And then this was the other fun fold that you're going to be getting. So 4 fun folds, 2 of each, so you're still getting 8 cards, envelopes. You can purchase the stamp set or the bundle as an add-on. Again, you're still going to be getting about $20–25 in product with your kit, and you're also going to be getting the bonus card in a PDF. So, lots of fun stuff. I've been busy, so I just wanted to touch base with you guys on that. So, have you guys got your paper pumpkin kit yet? Let me zoom out a little bit. Let me see. Oops, I don't want to mess you guys up there. So, this kit was so bright and fun. Here is the 3 cards that it made. Just, they're like, I don't know, they're just so pretty. This one has the gold in it, and then it's got all these labels, and the stamp set comes with it, the butterflies, and then look at this one. So I did a short little video. If you guys missed that, you can look for that. It's over on YouTube, and you can watch me make them real quick. The envelopes are even decorated. They're so pretty. So, you know, I always take 1/3 of the kit and I make the cards that they want you to make. So that's these. And then I take 1/3 of the kit and I make alternative projects, and that's what we're going to do today. And I still want to show you guys, I have this left and this left and this left. And I was busy cutting out things because not only can you get the kit every month, the paper pumpkin kit, you also can get the add-ons. And the add-ons, let me show you those. This is the stamp set that you can get with it. So lots of fun things. I got the butterflies and everything in there. You got the sentiments that are gold foil. But the add-ons are, I got a bunch of them in here. So we have, let me get this out of the way. We have this label, and it is a stitched label. We have the leaves. That's an add-on for this month. We have the flower. This is a pretty little flower. We're going to use this today. And let me see, it was hugs, the word hugs. And that cuts out like this. So that was the add-on kit that you could get with Paper Pumpkin. So it's pretty cool. And I have used all of these in the alternative projects. So we're going to play with that as well. All right. So first thing I'm going to make for you guys, let me get that one out of the way, is this card right here. And I don't have samples to show you guys first, because if I would have made samples, then I wouldn't have had extra to actually make the cards today. So we're going to wing it and hope I remember how I put everything together and go from there. So this is just a white card base and 5 1/4 by 4. Oops, I guess I need to score that. Overlay piece. I was making the Paper Pumpkin pages, so not only do I, that's what I do with the other 1/3 of my kit, is I make scrapbooking pages. So I'm going to show you guys. I started making those right before I came on. I ran out of time. So I'll show you what I got started, and then I will post the finished projects later tonight. This is one of the cards. So as I go through this, I'll show you guys. This was one of the card bases. So I cut a piece off of that. And I am going to just put it on the peach cardstock here. And we're going to put this up on our card. Thanks, Madeline. Yes, I am ready to go on vacation. I've been packing and getting things together, so we're getting excited. Nervous, but excited. And then we have this pretty floral that came as one piece, but I just took a piece of it off, and we're going to use it. We're going to use a little bit on this project, and I'm going to use a little bit on another one. Just put a little bit of glue on these. And we're going to stick that right on here. Now I did cut a little bit off the bottom so that it would fit just down here. So there's that. I think that's really pretty. And then I cut out with the Spotlight on Nature, I cut out 2 circles. So I'm going to overlay these like something like this. I think I'm gonna, how did I have this? I think I went like, nope, I had this one here. So let me add this. You guys get to see the whole thought process today. And then that's what I did, I think. So these fun labels that they give you in the kit, I just stamped that with the stamp set that comes in the kit. So I'm going to take this, I don't know what you call this, just a gold foil element. We're going to put a little glue on that. Just like that. And then I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. And they give you the dimensionals in the kit, so you don't have to have those. I have 5 projects today for you guys. We're going to pop that right on there. And then this leaf or flower we could put up here if we wanted, or we could leave it just like that. I think I'm going to add it because we have it, so why not? I'm going to pop that one up with dimensionals too. I'm just going to offset that one. So there's one. Okay. And then we have this one. So I took that same piece of paper that's part pink and part the pool party. Now it said that Flirty Flamingo was in this kit. Honestly, I thought that the Melon Mambo matched it better. So most of my projects you'll see me either using Melon Mambo or the Berry Burst. But this is, it just didn't, here, let me show you guys. It didn't look like Flirty Flamingo to me. This is Flirty Flamingo. It just didn't, it didn't go, I didn't think. So that's what's fun about these kits, is you can always use other things. So this one, what I did is I just tore it, and I'll use the other piece later. So this piece right here is just torn from there. Madeline, Judy asked, we're going to on a cruise, and we're going to the Caribbean. So we have 4 stops along the way, and it should be fun. So we're flying out on Friday, and then we're cruising on Saturday. Oops, did I not score this one either? Usually when I cut my paper, I score my card bases ahead of time. But I must have forgot all these. I just cut paper the other night, so that's why. So 5 1/4 by 4 pool party, and then 5 by 3 3/4 white. And then I'm going to take a piece of this, and like I said, I just tore it. Now if I wanted to, I could add a little ink to it here, just so it stands out a little better. Might as well do that. Some either like inking or they hate it, so I kind of like it. Since I just did it, I have to be very careful putting it on this white so it doesn't smear. Just like that. So it just makes it show a little bit better, I think. Now I cut out 3 of these hugs. I was going to put happy birthday hugs, or sending hugs, or there's lots of different things that I could have done. I just decided to go with hugs, lots and lots of hugs. So I'm going to try to glue these down straight. Just add a little bit of glue. I'm going to do the middle one first here. Yeah, I think we will, Judy. I'm hoping we all don't get sick. That will not be fun. That's what they say, and you guys know better than anybody, when you go on a cruise, you may get sick. So we're hoping none of that happens. Alrighty. Let me see. Did I get them semi-straight? They're not bad. Okay. And then I cut out 2 of the flowers, Highland Heather and Pool Party, and I cut out the leaves that was in the add-on, and I am going to stick these on. I think I'm gonna kind of just overlap them. I don't want my stem to show here, so let me go like this. Put that right in the center. And this flower, it's got those little cutouts and everything. I mean, it's just a really cute, it's kind of like a hibiscus flower. And this one, what do you think? I think I'll put it at the top. So this one I'm going to put flat. Like I said, I'm winging it today. I kind of had a general idea, but I was like, well, I can't make them ahead of time. Oops, that one came off. I think I'm going to do that. It's okay if it overlaps a little bit. And this one, I'm going to use my mini dimensionals. I'll stick this one together. Okay. I guess I didn't need 5 dimensionals, but why not? There we go. All right, just simple, but it gets the point across. It lets whoever know you're sending it to that you're sending lots of hugs. So there's the second one. Now I haven't added any bling or anything on these yet. I'm strictly just using what's in the kit and the add-on. So you can always, we have tons of bling and I can find some when we get all done. But I'll add those at the end. Now this is one of our little treat boxes. That's the suitcase. And I thought this would be fun because I haven't used one of these yet, I don't think. So I had on this card, you see I cut out that Spotlight on Nature circle there out of this. So I thought I will just take this and glue it right on here because that's what was left. Okay, so I'm going to do that first. Okay, now I was going to take my hugs because I cut one out in peach and I was going to put that on here. It actually fits inside that circle well, so I could do that. But then I thought, well, if I cut out another Spotlight on Nature, then the same size circle, it'll fit directly in there. So that's what I did. Actually, let me pop that up. Let me pop that up. So it kind of comes out of the circle a little bit. There we go. And then I'll add the hugs. And I have, let me see. What else did I have? I think I had this. So this was a piece of the leaves that I cut off here. So I could add this on and then put hugs over it, something like that. So guys are dainty. Come on. I think it's always easier to use your tweezers trying to glue this stuff. It kind of lets you place it better where you want it. So we're just going to put that over there like that. And I'll show you guys at the end all the stuff I have left. So you could always decorate the other side of the box. What am I doing here? Get in there. Oh, that goes like that. Duh. Can you tell I haven't used one of these yet? There we go. And that tucks in here like that. And now you have a cute little suitcase. But yeah, we can come back later if we want and decorate that because we have lots of stuff left over. But I thought that was cute. So there is project number 3. And let me see. Actually, I might have 6 projects for you. I think I do. This one, I still had, they only gave you 3 in the kit. So I used 1 for the card as intended, 1 for my scrapbooking layout. So this is the 3rd one, and I've used it, you know, several different times already. So we're using the other half of that. This is the embossing folder I was telling you about that is Glass and Gardens. So since it is a small folder, what I did is I ran it through twice. So I did half of this piece of paper and then I went through and did the other half. Now when you do that, it does kind of flatten down some of the look, but you won't really be able to tell too much because we are going to put stuff over this like that. So you won't really be able to tell. So the first thing I want to do is, I think I cut these exact. Make sure before I glue this down. Yeah, I did. So this is the other card base that has the gold accent on it. And so I just cut strips of this, and these are 3/4 of an inch by 4 1/4. Yeah, 4 1/4. So we're going to put some adhesive on these. I'm just going to use liquid glue because it kind of gives me some wiggle room. I'll put that one there. That one there. And then I'm going to take our white piece, and it's going to fit right there in the middle. You could always use this side as well. Just depends on what side that you want. We could, let me see, we could color this. Maybe I'll do that on the next card, because these pretty flowers are going over top of this. So we'll leave this one white, but I think we'll color the other one. Oh goodness, get on there. Okay, and then I'm going to grab this. See what I mean about this adds so much color to the white. We really didn't need to add too much more color. I'll put that down at the bottom. Sorry if you hear people mowing their grass. It is the season. Okay, and then I can just add hugs up here in the corner. Doesn't need a lot more other than our bling, we'll do that, but it's just a bright, colorful card that, you know, this kind of fills everything in, and then with the embossed background, I could do it there too. How about if I do it right there? I even could have done it down at the bottom. Okay. And then let me grab a piece of white to put on the inside of this. There we go. What do you think? I could have got that a little straighter. So other than that, I think it's turned out good. Okay. Now this is the one I was talking about that I'm going to use Berry Burst. I think it goes good with it too. Now I took this card and I cut just half of it off. And then I had to trim this down a little bit so that it would fit on the card base and give me a little bit of room so that you could see the berry burst. If I were to cut this one, it would have been the same size as the card front, and I didn't want that. I wanted it to have an outline of the berry burst, so I just cut it down a little bit all the way around. So let me add this one. And then I took another piece of berry burst. I think this is 3 by 4. This is 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. And then I took a piece of the one with the gold foil on it. So this is just a 1/4 inch shorter. So 3 1/2 by 2 1/2. I'm going to add that onto the berry burst. These are such pretty colors. And then I'm going to just add it right onto our card base. Let's see, let me hold this up so I can get it straight. Okay. Now this is the label from the add-on. So I cut one of those out, and you can see the stitching on this. And then I cut out another hugs. Can you tell we're sending lots of hugs over here? I like how big it is, I think, and it fills up space, and I think it's a good one to put on cards. It's always good to send hugs. I'm going to put that in here. It doesn't fit perfectly, but it'll be okay. And I'm going to put dimensions on this. And then, what did I have? I think I had, now this is the leaves, and so what I did is I just broke that in half, and I only used 2. I think that was all I had intended for this one. I think I used the other 2 on the other card. If I get to the end and I have a bunch of leftover pieces, I'll know I forgot a few things. We'll have to go back and add them. So I'm going to put that there. And that's going to tuck under this label here. Like that. Okay. And then this comes in the kit. There's a whole bunch of labels, and I just used the stamp set that was in the kit. It says, "I'm here for you." So I'm going to use the mini dimensionals on this one. Hopefully everybody took advantage of the free shipping that was last week. That was pretty awesome too. That was a surprise. I didn't know about it till the last minute, but yeah, I got a lot of stuff ordered. If you ordered this last week, thank you so much for your order. If you didn't see, I did win the April challenge, so that was exciting. So thank you everybody that placed your orders. And I looked before I got on here, and it says my orders will be delivered on Thursday. Thank goodness, because I'm leaving on Friday. So I have everything ready and cut and packaged. I am just waiting on the items from Stampin' Up, and I will get those in the mail on Thursday for you as soon as it comes in. So you guys should be having all your kits pretty soon. So there you go. There's the last card, or not the last card. There's this one. I like this. I think the Berry Burst goes with it just fine, even though, I mean, there's a little bit of Berry Burst in here, but I think it works. And I do like the gold accents. All right, now I have this one, and this is, I did this card with my dinosaur card kit, and all this is your standard card, and then you're going to cut it 1.5 inches in. I think it was 1.5 inches. Yep, 1.25 inches. So 1.25 inches in on this side, 1.25 inches in on this side, and we are going to glue these down. Oh, come on. So we're just going to close that. We're going to close this one. Okay, so now we have this to work with. This is going to be our flap. So I am going to put this one here. This is 2 3/4 by 4 inches. And I think I'm going to take my blending brush. I don't know what color this is. This could be a surprise. It's supposed to be pink. I think I want it a little bit darker. Let's try the purple. Yeah. I think I'll take this. I'll just lightly color that. Just to give it a little something. Okay. Now we're going to put that down on the center. Like that. And then I cut off 2 strips from the card front. Now, mind you, you could also take, because I did this with the last kit, I just used a card base, I want to say, maybe a 1.5 card base to do all these projects. I could still take the envelopes as well, because the envelopes, let me show you again, they were decorated too. So you can always take these envelopes and open them up, and you could use this as well. So these kits really do go a long way. You don't have to just make what is in them. You could make so much more. So there we go, there's that. And then I took another label, and I have, let me see. What did I design here? What was I going to put in the middle? I could put the big hug. I could stamp. Let me see. Where's the stamp set? Let me get that back out. I could use Thinking of You. How about that? Let's see if this fits. Pretty close. I think that will work. We could use Congratulations. That fits pretty well. I think the other one fits better. What's this one? Oh, here's the small hugs. Let's try Thinking of You. Let's see if we can get it to fit on here. Be my challenge for the day. Let me use Highland Heather. It'll be close. Hopefully I got that straight. Yeah, that works. Fits pretty good. It goes right off to the edge, but I think it still works okay. Yeah, that'll work. All right, I'm going to add dimensionals to this. I'll pop this on the center. And then I have this guy and this guy. So I could tuck them under. What do you think? I think I'll tuck this guy under. This is the other half of those leaves that I used earlier. I do have a bunch of flowers here. Let me see. If I didn't want to use gold, I could use different flowers. Oops, come back there. Nope, I don't like that one. Purple's pretty too. I think I'll do the purple. Because you guys know I like purple. Purple always wins. All right, I'm just gonna pop that right there. There you go. And then I have a piece that goes on the inside. That wasn't it. What do I do with it? All right, I'll cut one. What did I say it was? 2 3/4 by 4. Ah, really? Okay, we'll finish with this. So I don't have to change that right now. There we go. What do you think? It's just that's a fun, you know, just a fun way to get a card. You like that one? Okay. You vote purple too, Madeline? Yes. Purple always wins. I don't care what shade it is. I just love purple. So there's that. Let me get these guys back over here. All right. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and plus we got, let me bring them back out, the 3 cards that came with the kit. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's all that. Then I have this left, and this left, and this left, and I have hugs. I have a ton of these cutouts to use with the stamp set. Plus I have the add-ons that I can add. But you're saying, where's the other third that you use for your scrapbooking? Let me show you. Uh-oh. I just hit the light. There we go. So I started these, and let me see if I can get you guys zoomed out a little bit. I thought it would be fun. Boy, do I have a mess. I thought it would be fun to add that there. And I just used one side of the card for 2 of these. So I used 1 more card to get those. And then I'll put my title up here. And I cut out a whole bunch of these flowers. So I thought I could do, you know, sprinkle my flowers around here. I try to do 1 of each color in each grouping. So I should have another purple guy here somewhere. So I'll figure this out. I could put my title. I could use, you know, I got to cut some leaves out and things like that. I may put a little banner or something up here. I may leave this for my journaling, or I could journal here. But here's my scrapbooking pages, 2 12 by 12 on top of all the other projects. So I know that Paper Pumpkin raised their price. Everything is going up, and I know it's a lot. They didn't raise it a lot, but I do know, you know, it's a lot. But look at all the stuff you can make with it. So think outside of the box. Don't be discouraged or give up thinking that you're only getting 8 cards and that's it, or just a little bit in your box. You can always make more, and this is just showing you what you can make with some of the fun stuff. So get the add-ons. They're like $12, I think it is. $12 for an add-on. And there's 1 more. There's the hugs, and so you get, you know, 4 add-ons. These right here that I was showing you, I got that guy stuck in there. Here's some more add-ons that were in some of the other Paper Pumpkin kits. This is a great leaf that I use a lot. You got more labels. Here's more leaves. Here's a nice tag that was it was an add-on in one of the kits. So these come in handy, and these are great. You know, I just keep, like, I think there's 3 sets in here. I have them mixed. Oh, actually right here. So this is the add-on. But there you go. That's what I wanted to show you guys today. I thought it was so fun and bright and colorful, and it was just a lot of fun to work with. So there's that. Don't forget, just because I won't be here next Monday, check in. I'm trying really hard to get this video uploaded. It wants to take a long time. So, but it should be okay for you guys to watch and still have details and stuff in it that you'll need. And, but if for some reason that does not upload properly and it won't show, go on over to my YouTube, because I have already recorded the videos, and you will be able to watch them there. I think I have them coming out on Monday, and then I have one coming out on Wednesday, two on Wednesday. So pop on over there. Don't miss it. Don't think just because I'm not here that you can't, I won't be here. So go ahead and watch those. Don't forget about the card kits. You have until May 7th to order those. When I come back, everything will be sent out. I'll have all my orders, you know, in and everything, and then everything will be sent out by the 21st of May. So there you go. I'm glad you guys liked the project. You liked the scrapbooking pages too. Good. Yeah, they still need work, but you know, that's the fun part, is doing all the embellishing and stuff like that. So I'll get those made, and I'll post pictures later so you guys can see. But yeah, lots of fun stuff today. Thanks for watching me. I'm glad you were here. And I will talk to you all soon when I get back from my trip. All right. Bye-bye.